Hello, friends. I'm Sofia Dorinskaya, a doctor. And today, I'm responding to a letter request titled Dirty Genes. That's how the person titled their letter to me. So, there is a gene called methylene trihydrofolate reductase. It is associated with a predisposition to depression and other mental illnesses. Are there any genetic factors that predispose someone to nutrient malabsorption? My friends, maybe there is some truth to the idea that genes do some defective genes ruin a person's life? Most likely, yes. There are genetic diseases, for example, cystic fibrosis. But, my friends, all absolutely genetic, truly genetic conditions, diseases, abnormalities, they are visible right at the birth of a child. Genetic defects that lead to malabsorption of nutrients. Also, for something so significant, like vitamin C or B vitamins not being absorbed due to genetics, as I read on a medical website, I don't know. I want to reassure you, if your genes were so defective that the combination of your parents' egg and sperm led to such a defective, fertilized egg, then you wouldn't have developed past the zygote stage. Can you imagine? The fertilized egg would have just split in half, and that would be it. Because metabolic processes can't occur in such a cell. You see, and your mom wouldn't even know she was pregnant. The body would just detect it, and you wouldn't exist in this world. But what if you were born? If you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize that you're basically an ordinary, normal person, and for some reason, the idea that you have some kind of genetic defect appeared when you turned 40. But, ladies and gentlemen, this can't be true, because it simply can't ever be true. Please remember your life before the moment you started thinking about a genetic defect. How much alcohol did you drink? How many drugs did you take? How many diets did you try? And how did you torment your body, forbidding it to eat something or overeating some kind of herb in abnormal amounts? How many medicines have you taken in your whole life? What did you treat? And with what? What are you taking now? How adequate is your nutrition now? Do you eat as much meat as your body needs? I'll repeat myself. 1 kilogram per day is the necessary minimum for an adult. Once again, maybe someone will repeat this. I've had my channel since 2011, so that's already 14 years. Maybe in another 14 years, someone will repeat it, and people won't message me saying, "You probably made a mistake." I didn't make a mistake. And when you look at your body now, at your condition, I want to tell you that your body has a fantastic ability to absorb nutrients. A fantastic ability. Your body does everything possible, and sometimes even the impossible, to absorb any nutrients you give it. And to keep existing, to keep living, and to keep functioning as a body. It's all a lie that there are any genes that prevent the absorption of nutrients. If you're not absorbing a certain substance, it means you're missing another nutrient that would help you absorb the first one. That's all there is to it. It means you have nutrient deficiencies. The body is a very complex mechanism with countless processes occurring within it. And I have already said, and I will repeat, and I will keep repeating, there is no single big, tasty, universal solution to problems. It doesn't exist. Each problem needs to be dealt with. You need to deal with each problem separately. And what you're looking at right now, and they are telling you that you have defective genes. Notice this. Notice when a person is told that they have defective genes, and this means that it's useless to fight it, because with genetics, well, what can you do? And therefore, you are now doomed to go to doctors and treat your ailments. How convenient it is. How convenient it is to tell this to a not very educated audience that really believes everything they're told. How convenient it is. How many tests can be taken? How much money can be wasted? Instead of realizing how many attacks your body has endured thanks to you, how much you, have abused it, just think about how much. So, when you reach your 40s or 50s, or even 35, what have you done to your body, and yet it still keeps living? It still breathes. Your heart is beating, your intestines are somehow still working, trying to extract some nutrients from the porridge you feed it, and so on and so on. So all of this is a lie about the existence of some great genes or some genetic factors, a predisposition to not absorbing nutrients. If you are not absorbing a certain nutrient, it means you are missing another nutrient that is necessary for the first nutrient to be absorbed. And if that one is also not being absorbed, it means you are missing yet another one. And if that one is not being absorbed either, then you need to look further to see what else you are lacking. You see, the body is a very powerful machine. The body is a very powerful machine. And the body needs a huge variety of nutrients to keep existing. And the body has a tremendous reserve of strength. Even when you deprive it of nutrients, when you fill it with various toxic substances like alcohol and drugs, when you torment it with diets, intermittent fasting, and things like that, it's a severe blow. And the body has an enormous margin of safety that it still holds on, that it still endures, that it still continues to serve you. And you need to have your nutrient deficiencies eliminated in order to have a functioning body according to its design. I want to share a secret with you. Genetic defects in a body that has nutrients, the body can fix them. I know this absolutely for sure. Because, for example, you know that drug addicts, they have defective reproductive material. That is, a drug addict, whether a woman or a man, can give birth to a genetically defective child when conceiving. That's true. What does that mean? It could mean the absence of a brain, hydrocephalus, or congenital intellectual disability, which are always signs of external toxic exposure. It also includes limb defects, that is, arms or legs that are underdeveloped, or crooked. It could be a curved spine. It could be some heart pathologies, an underdeveloped heart. This is truly an unfinished body. But the truth is, and I know this for sure, that when a person gives up drugs and eliminates the nutrient deficiencies associated with them, their genetic material recovers. And I personally know former addicts, serious addicts, who have wonderful, healthy children, whom they had after they went through this drug and post-drug rehabilitation. I know people like that personally. And I know of studies that show the genetic material in these people recovers. Therefore, even if you acquired some kind of gene defect during your lifetime, the body is so powerful that it can restore all of that, provided it has all the necessary nutrients. Here we go again. We can't get away from this. So that's all just fairy tales for the poor. It's all stories for the fearful public who say that now you have genes, and there's nothing you can do about genes. That's why you have to be forever chained to pharmaceuticals. Well, excuse me. Someone has to sell this pharmaceutical traffic. Major corporations are producing all this. I'll be absolutely honest with you. I'm not against pharmacists, but I know that a huge number of pills being produced now are absolutely unnecessary. It's all nonsense, just business. They came up with a new formula. They patented it. And with a new patented formula, you can immediately make a huge amount of money because only they have access to it. But of course, you have to sell it somehow. So that's when all this marketing starts. Neuroleptics train our neurons to think. More nonsense and crazy stuff. I can't even remember now. Oh, right. Do we need to take statins? Tell me, do we have high cholesterol because our bodies are deficient in statins? Yes, just ask yourself this question. Do we really have a statin deficiency in our bodies? Or something? Yes. And is that the reason for some kind of abnormal cholesterol? Or is there actually another reason, and statins have nothing to do with it at all? It has nothing to do with it. Thank you, do you understand? That's why. What can I tell you? If you want to have a strong and healthy body, you need to eliminate nutrient deficiencies. Unresolved nutrient deficiencies will inevitably lead to poor nutrient absorption because in order for nutrients to be absorbed, additional nutrients are needed. Do you understand? And if that's not the case, if you don't know this, if you don't consider it, if you don't find it out, then of course, it's all the gene's fault. Of course, it's so simple, And there are so many pills you can take, with so many side effects that you can treat separately. And it's not a business, it's just a mint candy. The main thing is to prescribe, and everyone will take it. And with us, sales will be insured, and our employees will get their salaries, and the business will bring profit to the founders, and everything will be quiet and calm. The main thing is that no one thinks about anything. So, my friends, if a person genetically couldn't absorb certain nutrients, they wouldn't have been born. And if they were born, then there is no situation where they genetically can't absorb something. This means that they lack other nutrients that are involved in the absorption of the nutrient that isn't being absorbed. And this is resolved by eliminating nutrient deficiencies. But if you don't address nutrient deficiencies, nutrients won't be absorbed. The person gets sick, takes a bunch of pills, feels bad, and dies early.